We're talking with Andrew Palomo, who is running for the 8th District, Congressional District, the new one here in Illinois. Andrew, tell me a little bit about yourself and what your main issues might be.
My main issue is very simply, it's the economy. The economy encompasses jobs, it encompasses the debt, it encompasses the out-of-control spending that we've got from our current government, which really means what are we getting for our money when we've sent that to Washington, D.C. to help us, and we don't have anything to show for it. We still have high unemployment, we still have foreclosures, we still have people looking for work. We have citizens of the 8th District that want to work that can't work because there simply aren't any jobs. The new 8th encompasses Schaumburg, Hoffman Estates. There's heavy industry, and we have an industrial park in Oak Grove Village. You drive through there, there's vacancies left and right. And what are we getting from our representation? What are we getting for our tax dollars? What are we getting for $1 trillion in stimulus? These are my issues. I have practical experience in businesses. I've actually created a job owning small businesses. I know what it takes to go to bed at night and wonder if you're going to make your next payroll. I know what it takes to run an actual budget, not a budget that's been handed to you by the government or by an agency, but a budget that you've got to create, which forces you to prioritize. Hey, we've got X number of sales coming in this month. We got to pay our rent and we've got to pay our phone. I'd love a new computer, but we're going to have to make do with this old one until we get another sale in here to pay for the computer.
Right.
Very simple, small differences. That
Living within your means.
Yeah, well, it's an old-fashioned concept, but it's been lost on our politicians. And my motivation for running is not for personal gain. It is to bring common sense and bring some change into the political spirit that we've got, if you want to call it a political spirit. I'm trying to bring a person that's actually had an economics class, a person that actually has made their own way, to bring that expertise to Washington to help the district, the new district. And thank you for referring to it as the new 8th.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
Very important. And I just don't see the quality individual from either party being put forth to accomplish this task.
Right.
We've got people with backgrounds, very nice people, but maybe they're just not the right backgrounds, and we're in an economic crisis. Make no mistake about it. It's as bad as we all feel that it is, but it's very, very easy to fix. And all we need are a few dedicated people with some new, old ideas to make the change and bring some things in, to bring some changes in that don't have to add to the deficit neutral. I have more ideas than time that you've given me to talk about them, but very simply we can help people with the housing crisis, and the housing crisis is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and we own them as taxpayers.
Right.
They're the #1 blockage to helping this economy get out of its own way. We have more foreclosures, people unable to refinance, people's housing values dropping. And I can go on and on and on and get into the details that people tell me, shut up, the policy is boring them. But, that's where we're at. That's what I'm hoping to bring. That's why I'm offering to offer my services, to volunteer to represent people with real issues, with real solutions that I just frankly have not heard from any other candidate in this race. And, quite frankly, it's very, very upsetting to me. Sorry.
Well, you say
long answer.
That's all right. You say that you're offering yourself up. What was this is a question I always like to ask. What was your wife's first thought about this? Did she look at you and go, "Are you kidding?"
A little bit, actually, but probably less than you would imagine. We come from a family of service. She's a brother that just retired from 22 years in the military, who's very close to my wife. They were the siblings that were the closest. Her oldest brother, also another one, my father. I mean, our family trees are littered with people who have just done so much more. So the conversation to, if you want to say convince her, pretty much went like this. There are people who are volunteering to serve their country. And when they volunteer to serve their country, they're putting a 60-pound bag on their backs, and they're walking out into a desert and getting shot at. Their spouses are wondering if they're coming home in 1 piece, 2 pieces, or in less than 1 full piece. How in the world can me volunteering to do this compare in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah.
And the military is very important to us.
Yes, indeed. Well, I've got a son in that, so I know exactly what you're saying.
I don't feel worthy even addressing that question when we have 18-year-olds who put their entire lives on hold, economically and physically, and put their entire family's well-being. Go talk to a 22-year-old mother of 3 whose husband's doing his 3rd tour. And, I'm not going to talk about any sacrifice financially or personally or time away from my children because I quite frankly, would be too embarrassed and would not be able to look that lady in the eye.
Well, we need a little bit more, a few more people that feel embarrassed in public life because apparently too many of them don't. We've been talking with Andrew Palomo, who's running in the new 8th District for Congress, and we want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.